Hey, happy Monday morning to you, everyone, and welcome back to Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. And before I even begin to get into what I want to say this morning, I just have to take a moment to express my wife and my profound appreciation to so many of you who have contacted us privately and publicly as well, expressing your concern, your prayers, your love for my wife. She had an operation last week, as you know, and yet she was released from the hospital several days before the doctor had initially suggested. She is doing just marvelously well. The doctor said he's been completely surprised by how well she's done, and we made the comment, well, lots of prayers have been going up. And his response was, prayer never hurts anything. Well, absolutely not. So thank you again for so many of you who have expressed concern, your love, and your prayers for my wife during this period of time. She still has a rather lengthy convalescing period at home in which she will not be allowed to do anything over 5 to 10 pounds. But hey, she's just doing absolutely wonderfully well. Well, many of you have been asking me to do a series of videos on 1 Corinthians 15 and the resurrection. And many have expressed to me, you know, if 1 Corinthians 15 can be proven to refer to the events of AD 70, then I could be a preterist. Because the resurrection is the last domino to fall. And hey, I understand that. In my own personal struggles years ago, as I was seeing all of the time statements pointing to AD 70, the imminent coming of the Lord, the imminent judgment, I kept holding out. I kept trying to hang on to 1 Corinthians 15 as an end of time event, as an end of the Christian age event. Well, I ran onto so many different issues. As I really began to examine the text in depth, I began to encounter difficulties with my attempt to put it in the future. And so, knowing that so many of you have asked me to do a study of 1 Corinthians 15, I think it's time to do that. And I'm excited about this. However, let me say this, all right? I'm not going to do a verse-by-verse exegetical study of 1 Corinthians 15. That would turn into a 200 video long series. And while that might be okay, it might be a bit burdensome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some introductory lessons, and then I am going to do a thematic study of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. I'm going to do it somewhat along the line of the study entitled Exegetical Essays on the Resurrection by Sam Frost, who once taught the truth on the resurrection of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And this introductory material and then the thematic study will give you, the viewers, the plenty of exegetical information, plenty of textual evidence, plenty of hermeneutical justification for concluding that 1 Corinthians 15 had to have been fulfilled at the end of the Old Covenant age of Israel in AD 70. So, I hope that you will join me in this study. Do you realize, folks, I have produced 997 videos on YouTube and presented them on Facebook. 997. Well, by the time this series is through, there will be several more. All right? But again, I think that you will find this study to be gratifying. I think you will find it to be enlightening. I think that you will find it tremendously educational. I think that you will find it to be glorifying of God and of His Son Jesus Christ and of the finished, perfected work that He has accomplished. So, here we are on Monday. This is strictly an introduction by way of a thank you as well. But it is an introduction to our upcoming series on the resurrection as presented in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. I will see you on the flip side with the first lesson in our introduction to this great chapter.